In 1984, Red Dawn showed teens forced into adulthood overnight. 4 decades later, their real lives proved even heavier, marked by illness, loss, and endurance. Here's what happened after filming ended and the legacies they left. Patrick Swayze as Jed Eckert. Patrick Swayze was born August 18, 1952 in Houston, Texas. At 32, he portrayed Jed Eckert, the determined leader of the Wolverines. The role gave the invasion story emotional weight, turning it into a tale about responsibility and growing up too quickly. His intensity came from hardship. Raised by a strict father and disciplined dance instructor mother, Patsy Swayze, he learned control early. A knee injury ended his football dreams and pushed him toward dance and acting. That training later shaped his movement in Dirty Dancing and the toughness of Roadhouse. The same loyalty marked his marriage. He wed Lisa Nemi in 1975, and they remained together for 34 years despite fame from Ghost and Point Break. A miscarriage meant they never had children. After his father's death, Swayze struggled with alcoholism and nearly lost his career before confronting it. Then, in 2008, he was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Even while working on projects like The Beast, he kept appearing publicly. Treatment weakened him, yet he kept working. He died at 57 on September 14, 2009, at his Los Angeles home after a 20-month battle. His roughly $40 million fortune contrasted with a quiet farewell, his ashes scattered privately, ending the story of a man who stayed strong despite private pain. C. Thomas Howell as Robert Morris. C. Thomas Howell was born December 7, 1966, in Los Angeles, California. At 18, he played Robert Morris, one of the teenagers drawn into combat. His performance reminded audiences the fighters were still children. His upbringing mirrored that tension. Raised around film sets by his stuntman father, Chris Howell, he entered Hollywood young and learned fame before learning protection from it. Success came quickly with E.T. and The Outsiders, but emotional stability lagged behind. His personal life reflected the strain. He married Rae Dawn Chong in 1989, but the marriage ended within a year as controversy around Soul Man damaged his career. A second marriage to Sylvie Anderson brought 3 children and relative calm while he worked steadily in films like Gettysburg. That marriage ended in 2016, continuing a cycle of rebuilding. As leading roles faded, he shifted into character roles and television, including Southland. Now 60, Howell still acts and releases music as Tommy Howell. With an estimated $4 million net worth, his story feels less like a comeback and more like persistence. Lea Thompson as Erica Mason. Lea Thompson was born May 31, 1961 in Rochester, Minnesota. At 23, she played Erica Mason, the emotional center among the Wolverines. Her character grounded the violence and showed what was being lost. Her sensitivity came from discipline. Raised in a large family by musician mother Barbara Barry Thompson, she trained in ballet from age 9. When Mikhail Baryshnikov rejected her as too stocky, her dance dream ended, and she turned to acting, leading to roles in Back to the Future and Some Kind of Wonderful. Her relationships followed similar turning points. She was engaged to Dennis Quaid from 1984 to 1987 before careers pulled them apart. Stability came after marrying Howard Deutch in 1989, forming a lasting partnership while she appeared in Howard the Duck and Caroline in the City. As 1980s fame faded, she reinvented herself. She moved behind the camera to direct and produce while continuing television work such as Switched at Birth. The change was quieter, but it kept her career alive on her own terms. Now at 65, Lea Thompson still works steadily as both actress and director, contributing to television and modern streaming projects, even helming episodes of recent sci-fi series. With a combined fortune near $25 million alongside her husband, her journey reflects adaptation rather than decline, favoring longevity over attention and purpose over nostalgia. Charlie Sheen, Matt Eckert. Born September 3, 1965 in New York City, he was just 19 when he portrayed the reckless younger brother drawn into guerrilla war in Red Dawn. His performance heightened the film's chaos, showing how fear and impulsiveness collide when youth is pushed into survival. That intensity grew from a life surrounded by filmmaking. As the son of Martin Sheen and Janet Templeton, he shot Super 8 movies with friends like Rob Lowe and Sean Penn, discovering early how cameras could empower and expose. Stardom followed quickly through Platoon and Wall Street, yet addiction to alcohol and drugs arrived just as fast. Professional success never steadied his personal life. His 1995 marriage to Donna Peel ended within a year amid scandal and substance abuse. A second marriage to Sylvie Reachers brought 2 daughters, but dissolved under similar turmoil. And a third union with Brooke Muller repeated the pattern, ending after twin sons and public incidents. While his life unraveled, health struck another blow. After an HIV diagnosis, he revealed in 2011 he had lived with it years while spiraling publicly, losing 2.5 men at his peak. The admission changed public perception overnight, turning tabloid spectacle into a darker reality. Today, Sheen, now 61, appears in smaller film and television roles and lives with controlled HIV, far removed from his era as TV's highest-paid star. With a net worth near $3 million after lawsuits and excess, his story remains a Hollywood contradiction. Great success followed by visible collapse. Jennifer Grey, Toni Mason. Born March 26, 1960 in New York City, she was 24 when she played the loyal, emotionally open sister among the Wolverines. Her role added vulnerability to the film, making loss feel personal rather than heroic. Raised around performance as the daughter of Oscar winner Joel Grey and former actress Jo Wilder, she trained early in dance and acting, leading to roles in Reckless and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Then Dirty Dancing transformed her into an overnight worldwide star. Tragedy shadowed the fame when a 1987 car crash in Northern Ireland killed 2 people and left her with lasting survivor's guilt. Instead of capitalizing on success, she withdrew from the spotlight and worked only occasionally, including Bloodhounds of Broadway. Her career changed again by choice. A rhinoplasty in the early 1990s altered her appearance so drastically she lost recognizability in an image-driven industry. As she later said, she entered surgery famous and left anonymous, with roles shrinking despite later TV work and a comeback by winning Dancing with the Stars. Now 66, Grey acts selectively and writes openly about identity, fame, and loss. With an estimated $10 million built from film, television, and residuals, her life stands as a quieter Hollywood tragedy, success fading not from scandal, but a single permanent change. Powers Boothe, Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Tanner. Born June 1, 1948 in Snyder, Texas, he was 36 when he played the hardened pilot mentor in Red Dawn. His authority grounded the story, giving it real-world consequence beyond youthful rebellion. Raised on a cotton farm far from Hollywood glamour, he first pursued football before discovering theater through scholarships, shaping later performances in works such as Guyana Tragedy, The Story of Jim Jones, and Tombstone. His personal life mirrored that steadiness. Married to Pamela Cole from 1969 for nearly 5 decades, he raised children Paris and Preston away from publicity while portraying complex figures in Deadwood and Nixon. Privately, illness emerged. Diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, he continued working, including appearances in Agents of SHL as the disease progressed quietly. Boothe died at 68 on May 14, 2017, in Los Angeles from cardiopulmonary arrest caused by pancreatic cancer. With about $8 million earned across film, television, and ranching, he left a legacy defined by dignity, discipline, and quiet authority. Harry Dean Stanton, Tom Eckert. Born July 14, 1926, in West Irvine, Kentucky, he was 58 when he portrayed the grounded father figure in Red Dawn. His understated presence anchored the story, reminding viewers that war wounds families before battle begins. That depth reflected a difficult childhood. Growing up in a working-class home marked by divorce and remarriage, he carried emotional restlessness into adulthood, shaping the haunted stillness later seen in films like Cool Hand Luke and Alien. Romance never truly settled into his life. Stanton avoided marriage, moving through short relationships, including Rebecca De Mornay, and ultimately choosing solitude over permanence. While friends raised families, he devoted himself to work, turning supporting parts in Repo Man and The Godfather Part 2 into moments that rivaled leading roles. At age 91, Harry Dean Stanton passed away on September 15, 2017, in Los Angeles from cardiopulmonary arrest caused by pancreatic cancer. With about $8 million earned across film, television, and ranching, he left a legacy defined by dignity, discipline, and quiet authority. Darren Dalton as Darrell Bates. Born February 9, 1965, in Powell, Wyoming, Darren Dalton portrayed Darrell Bates at 19, the mayor's son torn between privilege and fear in Red Dawn. His character heightened group tension, revealing how courage falters under pressure. His youth carried both openness and restlessness. Raised in rural Wyoming and later New Mexico, he discovered theater in high school and used it as an escape. That path led to The Outsiders and a fast rise beside future stars, though fame proved brief. Following Red Dawn, his career lost momentum. He moved between TV appearances and small films like Dancing in the Forest. His 1993 marriage to Kristen Dalton offered stability for a time, but ended in divorce in 2009. Rather than chase fading fame, Darren adapted. He turned to screenwriting and producing, working on projects like The Day the Earth Stopped and The Lurking Fear. The change kept him employed, though away from public attention. Now 61, Darren Dalton continues writing, producing, and occasionally acting with an estimated $1 million net worth from film, television, and residuals. Her life stands as a quieter Hollywood tragedy, success fading not from scandal, but a single permanent change.